Oh hey, it's Lawrence from Fit and 50. I'm running a little late. I'm off to go film my next video. It's on fat loss. Not weight loss, not muscle loss, but nothing but the fats. Anyway, I gotta hurry, so I'll talk to you guys later. Check out the video. This is Fit and 50, and in this episode, we are going to talk about the best exercise to lose body fat. Our lives are busy. We don't have a lot of time to train, so we want to get the maximum bang for our buck out of our training. So if your number one goal is to lose body fat, then you need to have a cardiovascular focused training plan. Say what? Doesn't muscle burn more calories than fat? It is true that muscle burns more calories, even when you're not using them. So you should have weight training as part of your program. But it takes time to build that muscle, and they don't burn as many calories as they once thought. But more on adding weight training into your program a little later on. So we're going to primarily talk about two different types of cardio. One is low intensity steady state cardio, or LISS for short. And someone who did this type of cardio quite regularly was Ronnie Coleman. He was an 8-time Mr. Olympia. He worked as a police officer and he was a bodybuilder. And every day after he went to work, he'd go to the gym and train, and then he would go home and he'd walk on the treadmill for 2 hours every night while watching TV. That was LISS cardio. A more common example of LISS cardio would be if you have a fitness tracker or a Fitbit and it suggests that you walk 10,000 steps a day. Well, that kind of walking would also qualify as low intensity steady state cardio. Now you don't have to walk to get that kind of exercise. You could do swimming, rowing, yoga, cycling would all be great examples as long as you're doing it within a certain range. And that range is like 50 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. Now your maximum heart rate, to figure it out roughly, you take 220 and subtract your age, and that gives you your maximum heart rate, and then you take your percentage of that. So at 50%, if you don't have a heart rate tracker, you could use something called perceived exertion. And at 50%, if you were sweating a bit while you're walking, your breathing's rhythmic, you can still have a conversation though, then you're probably in and around that 50%. As you approach the 70, you'll start breathing deeper, it'll take a little more effort to talk, and you'll find yourself not really wanting to talk. So really you're in that range of like a brisk walk, like you're in a hurry to get somewhere and you're walking to get there. So that's really that kind of range that you're shooting for. Now Ronnie Coleman, as a bodybuilder, and most bodybuilders are famous for getting crazy ripped. Those guys can get down like 4% body fat, which is way leaner than us regular guys ever need for day-to-day life. And it's dangerous to stay in that kind of state anyway. But also, he was famous for being able to lift super heavy weights. And this kind of weight would tear down his body, and he would need time to recover to allow these muscles to heal, build up, and be stronger than before. That's why he would use this LISS cardio, because it wasn't hard on the body and it would allow him to recover. So the second type of cardio I want to talk about is HIIT cardio, high intensity interval training. I used this when I first transformed my body, so I'm quite familiar with the advantages and disadvantages of this kind of training. The biggest advantage really is it burns a lot of calories in a short period of time. Now these calories come both from fat and glycogen, whereas with the LISS style cardio, it's primarily from fat, but you get with HIIT training an afterburn effect. So where that afterburn effect comes from is your body has to recover from the training and it has to replenish those glycogen stores, so it's burning extra calories while it's doing this. So while you're sitting on the couch watching TV or you're sleeping, you are still burning extra calories. The type of exertion you're looking for level is between 80 and 100% of your maximum heart rate. So if you don't have a heart rate monitor, then you go by perceived exertion, which at 80%, you're going to be breathing very heavy, very forcefully. You're only going to get 1 or 2 words. You're not really going to be able to talk at all. And then as you get over 90%, you're not even going to be able to continue. So it is important to note here that this is very intense training, and if you're not sure if you're in good enough shape to do it, you should talk to your doctor first. Now HIIT is deliberately done in short intervals because it realizes you're training so intensely that you can't continue. And typically it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So on this site, I do Tabata workouts, and they are 20 seconds work time to 10 seconds rest time. And they're 4-minute workouts. But you can take these 4-minute workouts and you can do them as circuits. So you do your first 4-minute circuit, rest 1 to 2 minutes, and then repeat that circuit 2 to 4 times, and that'll give you a 10 to almost 30-minute training session. And you really shouldn't be doing HIIT training for more than 30 minutes in a session, 2 to 3 times a week. You can add weight training into your HIIT training, and it'll make your program that much more complete. I did a dumbbell Tabata workout on here to give you an example, and I'll be doing more, showing you how you can incorporate your weight training into your high intensity interval training, and it'll give you that much more bang for your buck. I don't really encourage people to do weight training and HIIT training separately, simply because it doesn't give you that much recovery time. If you do weight training one day, HIIT the next day, weight training again, you run the risk of continually tearing your body down, especially if you're doing the HIIT training right, and not giving yourself enough time to recover, which increases the risk for injury. So what is the best type of cardio to do? Well, ultimately, it is the type of cardio that you enjoy, because what you enjoy, you're probably more apt to do regularly. And you need to be regular and consistent with your weight training programs in order to be successful. I also would suggest, though, that you set aside some time every day to do cardio, say 15 minutes to an hour. Maybe on those days that you only have 15 minutes to train or you don't have quite as much time to train, do your HIIT training sessions 2 to 3 times a week. And the rest of the time, do your low intensity steady state cardio so that you can recover from your HIIT training, and that way you can keep it consistent and keep yourself injury free. Now remember, you can add your weights into the resistance training, and that's another way that you can actually make your workouts more progressive, because as you get stronger you can increase the weight as well as the pace of doing the HIIT workout. So with these workouts you can burn more fat, you can increase your cardiovascular endurance and improve your overall health. And really, what more could we ask for? Well, I'm going to ask you for one more thing. If in the comments you could put what your favorite type of low intensity steady state cardio is, I'd love to hear about it. Also, if you found this interesting or informative at all, and let's face it, you made it to the end, click the like button. So this is Fit in 50, signing out. Keep working out, keep having fun, and we'll talk to you again in that next video.